Hey everyone, it's Epic Worlds PCG. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm be showing you a new PCG called Lair of the Arcmage. And what I'm trying to do with my new PCG showcases is go into a lot more detail and depth. So yeah, this character, the Arcmage, my friend drew him on a trading card and I thought he was really cool. He started making a few PCG roundabouts about him, I started making PCG about him, and now he has a whole series called the Arcmage series. This is the third game in the series, and it takes place on the planet Gondo. So you play as John right here, which is the main character, and that's my character that my friend usually plays as. And yeah, so over here you have a hologram, and the hologram is here. I'm gonna take this stuff out under it. But yeah, the hologram basically tells you that like the Arcmage pops up on the screen and he's like, "Enjoy my lair," and then he gives an evil cackle. So now you just are trapped here. You were teleported by the Arcmage using one of his powerful spells, and so you are just here. So, if you go over here, the moment you pass through that line, you shrink into a really tiny person, and there's a bunch of rats and stuff. So the rats are actually really scary because you're small. So you're gonna have to somehow get past them, and then there's a dagger over here, which you probably won't be able to use because you're tiny. But once you grow out, you can try to like get something to get it. Over here, the room will start flooding with lava, and you have to solve these two riddles before you go past. And the two riddles are, sometimes I am yellow, but I start my days in white. My allies are often aligned, although we tend to bite in its teeth. And the other one is, I cover you better in the front than I do in the back, and that's the shield. So yeah, once you get past those two riddles, you may move on. And in this PCG, I was really experimenting a lot more with different types of puzzles, so that's why you see some pretty cool puzzles in here. This one's pretty cool. So in this room, there is basically this guy over here, and he will jump, causing all of these guns to fire at you unless you do something. So the obvious way to do it is to offer him a jar of salsa right there. Although if he does open the salsa, he'll explode because it's explosive salsa. So you have to somehow give it to him without him opening it, and then you can run past and get to the door. And then the next page. This page is really cool in my opinion. You are basically surrounded by these giant hands that are statues, but they're going to start like crushing you. So you have to like somehow, and if you want to get those Mercado coins, it's pretty hard because the hands is right there. So you have to maneuver, jump on them, and just do stuff like that. And these hands are sentient. They are living, but they're being controlled by the Arcmage. Next screen is really cool. So again, more stuff being controlled by the Arcmage. There's all these little cave drawings on the wall that you see of little like archers and stuff. And the moment the Arcmage like does a spell on them, they will come to life and start shooting you from the painting or the cave drawings. So you have to use like Gron oil to wash them off. But yeah, that is this screen. This next one I have to read really quick, but it's basically you're in a church, and there's a minister named Mellowcon, who asks you why you are here. That's Mellowcon right there, and what you want. You get one wish, and you can get any wish you want, as long as it's not too greedy. If it's too greedy, then he'll send these two Arcbots on you, which are basically robots created by the Arcmage. But if it's just like simple, like I would like to get past, he will grant your wish, and you will be through. This next one, there is a series of tiles. Some are good, some are bad. It's pretty luck-based, but there's also a living shield right there, which will be your ally. So he'll basically take a lot of blows for you from Turret Joe. So every time Turret Joe fires a cannon, he'll take the block, but pretty much after all the blocks, he'll probably die, unless you want to sacrifice yourself. Yeah, that is that screen. If you don't know who Turret Joe is, he is another one of my creatures that is basically a living cannon. This next one also appears in another Arcmage game, but this is basically the Evil Theater. I think I showed this in my 10 puzzle ideas PCG like video. But basically, you, John, you're right there. You drop down into this theater, and you see these are the curtains. You see this evil face, and he's like, perform. And you have to perform a pretty good act, but if he does not like the act, then he will eat you. So yeah, that is that. This is another cool screen. You are basically right here, you start right here, and all these like carts you see here, or these tracks, that's where giant boulders will be rolling by, and you see that this guy is stuck there, so you might want to save him. His name's Timmy. He was from Castle of Terror. He's the border patrol. But yeah, if you save him, he will also be your ally, but you gotta get past zombies and ghosts. So as you can tell so far, this maze so far is actually, or this lair is pretty difficult with lots of puzzles. So now you are here in this corner and you're like, oh, there's the Arcmage. So you get your bow, but he's not moving. So you're like, what the heck? You get your bow and shoot him anyways, but you find out that it was one of your friends dressed up as the Arcmage. And the Arcmage was controlling him as like a puppet. So you thought he was the Arcmage, but you accidentally just killed one of your friends. Now, of course, you can say save game and you can like, I guess like redo it. But there is punishments. If you don't kill him, the Arcmage will send like this whole room on flames. So both of you will die, or just one of you would die. So it's a very difficult decision, and yeah. But in the process, you do get a good bow. But the friend you lose, I think, oh, D-Dog. D-Dog is from the PCG special. Me and my friend are playing. It's one of his closest allies. But yeah. Then if you go past this door, this sword will try to go stab at you. So you gotta get past that door puzzle. And then the final screen, the very complex maze screen of the Arcmage. So you're over here. First off, you got past a floor eater, which basically is living in the floor and he'll try to suck you in. There's a little living bomb who will just like try to hug you and then blow up. There's like a little bow thing that shoots at you. Random books that if you pick up, you turn into dust, or whichever book you pick up, you'll turn into something different. This is a lucky dice that if you roll, many different things will happen. That's another spell you put on it. This is a bewitched beehive, and all these bees are just drawn to you. They're like heat-seeking missiles. And then there is the Arcmage. So that's the actual Arcmage. He's not someone dressed up, and you gotta defeat him. But the Arcmage never truly dies unless you get the Arc Blade, which is in another game. But yeah, that is Lair of the Arcmage. I hope I went into enough depth for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section down below. And yeah, let me know if you guys like this type of detailed PCG review. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.